Negreanu is looking down on ace-jack offsuit. He opens to 400 and Torelli flats with pocket fives, a perfect depth and position call that set minds while keeping Negreanu's weaker aces and broadways in. Pocket fives thrive in exactly this configuration. Stacks are deep enough to realize implied odds, position is secured on the razor, and there are aggressive players behind who may overcall and sweeten the price. Turning fives into a 3-bet would narrow Negreanu to a tough, high-card range and invite a 4-bet that forces the pair into a guessy spot or a fold. The flop comes Queen 5-2 with 2 clubs and the initiative shifts. Negreanu has range advantage and fires 1,150, a small c-bet that folds out the air and taxes hands like ace-x without a club while still keeping dominated queens in.
Over half pot into 4 opponents, this bet should come free with a drink at the bar because it is a little nuts.
Torelli springs the value raise to 2,500 with middle set. It builds the pot, protects against club and straight runouts, and forces Negreanu to define his hand. Negreanu's call is the right kind of stubborn. With ace-jack, he has 2 clean overcards. The nut club backdoor via the ace of clubs, and he keeps Torelli's bluffs and thinner value lines alive, rather than turning his hand into a bluff with a 3-bet. The turn is the jack of clubs, and it's a huge texture shift for Negreanu's strategy even though he's still behind. He pairs up, picks up the nut club blocker, and leads 3,100 into a range that just advertised strength on the flop. The donk bet does several jobs at once. It denies a free card to ace-queen and king-queen with a club. It prevents Torelli from setting the price with all of his strong but vulnerable hands. And it tells a story consistent with a flush that arrived and now wants value. Torelli's call keeps the trap set with his set of fives, but notice how the informational asymmetry flips. Negreanu has seized the narrative and gets to choose the river cadence. The river is the ace of diamonds, pairing Negreanu to aces and jacks and leaving the front door clubs unchanged.
And he moves all in. We could be about to lose Daniel Negreanu.
And immediately turns to the weapon that separates him from almost everyone else at the table, live read pressure via table talk. He starts narrating the hand out loud in a way that pins Torelli to a category.
Got ace, queen of hearts or something?
Alternating confidence with doubt so that every nod in Torelli's head feels recognized. He sprinkles in just enough truth to be believable.
It's like I want to fold.
Really?
You have a what?
I want to fold.
You don't have a fold?
No, I want to fold.
Oh,
I wanted to
did you have ace,
fold
queen of hearts? Is that what you have? 'Cause that's kind of what I put you on.
Fold the damn turn.
Ace, queen of hearts might get half. Go for the high, I'll take the low.
Might get half. That's good.
I appreciate you watching this far. If you're enjoying these videos, hit that like button. It really helps me out. Thank you.
You're special, though.
That's what I've been told. He had fives?
Ding!
And he lays it down! He folds the set!
Show like a red 9 and you're my hero.
I'll show you one card, that's good. Let's see.
King of clubs.
Wow, what a card, right?
Tony G is looking down at Jack 10 offsuit.
You're getting some good counseling, man. Your counseling's
You don't think I
working.
can make fun of myself a little bit? Come on now.
You're discovering yourself, but that's good. You're getting self-aware now.
All right, I need to,
You're working out. You might not be as good at poker as you believed, right?
need to limp in.
Pre-flop, this is another spot where everything looks routine on the surface, but the stack-to-pot ratio is already primed for carnage. Brunson opens tens, which is absolutely standard. It is a premium in this lineup and plays very well deep. Tony G flats in position. That is a perfectly reasonable peel against an older, tighter opener.
Just because it's dull, I want to play with it.
Especially when he expects to outplay people post-flop.
You got 100 there, Dal, or what?
It's got 100.
Yeah, maybe this is a good time to squeeze here.
Test it out. Test the waters. Test the waters. I think you're just thinking about calling.
I should squeeze, really.
Squeeze.
I've never seen a guy squeeze after they make the announcement of this would be a good time to squeeze in 10 years of cards at this point. I'm going to do that move someday. You know?
Will you call 8 more?
I'll call 8 more.
If I make the announcement.
Will you call 10 more?
I think we're getting out of hand now. Let's just play the hand. Call the 15 or fold. That's your 2 options.
No, then what are you talking about?
Raise. Go for it. Make it happen.
Actually, it's 3-handed, so you probably shouldn't be killing the...
He started the talking.
You're threatening. Pull the trigger.
Okay, I raised 10,000 more. Wow, that's a first.
Yeah, that is a first.
Can you raise 10?
Helmuth then wakes up in the blinds and squeezes to 8,400 with ace-5 suited. That is classic Phil. A light but not crazy 3-bet, leveraging his image and trying to isolate Doyle. When Brunson just calls with 10s rather than 4-betting, his hand is a bit under-repped.
As a poker spectator, I'd like to say I like the way this hand is
This is going to be a fun hand. We got a fun hand going on here. A lot of crazy talk.
I just want to be in a pot. I can't say no to this pot.
And Tony comes along closing the action, getting a great price. Three-way, bloated pot, and two of the hands are badly disguised. It is a recipe for someone to get stacked if they connect hard with the board. The flop is about as good as it gets for Tony, and about as awkward as it gets for the other two. Tony has smashed it, flopping tripjacks with a decent kicker in a pot where he is not expected to have many Jack-X combos, compared with the pre-flop razor and the three-better.
You hit it that good?
Helmuth has completely whiffed and correctly shuts down. Brunson looks at an overpair in a three-bet pot on a paired, relatively dry board and does the thing tens want to do most often here. He continuation bets, 18,000. From his perspective, he is targeting exactly the kind of hands Tony and Phil can have a ton of.
Now you can move in. Be the hero. I'm all in, whatever comes.
You're all in now?
Yeah, I'm all in.
He's all in the dark.
All in the dark.
Tony's check shove over the top is then a very clean piece of value and protection combined. With trips in a pot that already has serious money in the middle, he wants to deny equity from overcards and backdoor draws and, crucially, get paid by exactly the kind of pair Doyle is holding.
Come what may. That's commitment to the game. I love the game so much. Absolutely love it.
I guess you got me covered, huh?
Probably not.
So you just came in and hit a jack, right? Instead of the 2-8 you got.
When he beat.
What do you got, Doyle? 2 10s?
You got it.
You got 2 10s?
Yeah. I just don't believe you got it, buddy.
There he goes.
2 10s is very bad.
Bad.
You're drawing dead to 2 10s.
Oh, what a disgusting feeling.
And you,
Reload.
how sick is that?
And Tony G will double up.
How did I guessed his hand too? Because he said 2 8s, so that's no, you've got some chips.
That was a good read.
He's got like 70. How much you got?
I lost. No, I bluffed Phil. It didn't work. At least he didn't have aces, right? I'm gonna clean you out. I'm gonna clean you out, baby. I'm gonna do it to you. I'm gonna wipe you out.
Keep sticking 8,400 in with Jack 10 offsuit when you're.
I will do it 100 stack. When it's 8.4% of your stack, it's not even like 6%.
I would have busted you. Don't worry.
You would have busted me. You feel good. I love you. You're the best, Phil.
You guys are the
I have to
best.
clean you out every time I play with you. I love it.
Phil Ivey is looking down on 5 deuce suited. Pre-flop, this is a classic clash of ranges rather than hands. Sands opens from early position with ace-5 of hearts, a hand that plays beautifully deep. It cracks big aces, flops disguise 2-pair, and has wheel potential. Ivey defends the big blind with 5-2 of clubs, which looks like garbage, but actually has some sneaky properties here. Getting a good price, he is happy to come along wide and try to make something strange on a board that is supposed to smash the razor. The flop comes Dreamland for Sands and a very awkward heaven for Ivey. Sands has top and bottom pair on a semi-wet texture, the exact sort of board his early position range is supposed to own. Ivey, meanwhile, connects harder than he deserves, middle pair plus a wheel draw. When Ivey checks and Sands fires 64,000, it is a completely standard value bet. He wants calls from ace-x, pocket pairs, and all the diamond draws. Ivey's call is where the hand starts to get interesting. He is never loving life against an EPC bet on this board, but he has real equity, decent implied odds if a 4 peels, and a range that is supposed to defend some middling pairs and draws. The turn brings the 6 of clubs, which quietly changes a lot. The obvious draws all brick, but Ivey now picks up extra equity and board leverage. His 5-2 becomes a pair plus open-ender on a runout that is getting very hard for Sands to read cleanly in real time. When Ivey checks again and Sands bets 177,000, Sands is still telling a simple story. I had a big hand on the flop, and I still do. He wants to keep extracting from worse aces, stubborn 5s, and the various draws that refuse to fold. From Ivey's seat, though, this second barrel is the signal that it is now or never. If he just calls again, he is going to face a brutal river decision on a pot that is already bloated. Instead, he turns his hand into a pressure tool and rips in a massive check raise to 527,000. That raise is doing 2 things at once. First, it leverages Ivey's range advantage on this texture. From Sands' perspective, the big blind can absolutely have sets, weird 2 pairs like 6-5 or even 4-2 for the pure nuts. Second, it maximizes the value of Ivey's equity when called. He is not bluffing with air. If Sands stands his ground, Ivey still has a real shot to improve.
All in.
Guess you could have that, maybe. Yeah, I'm not in that bad shape. But no way you have that. This is so. This one's funny. This one is funny.
Phil Ivey's been spending too much time with Daniel Negreanu.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll call.
Ivey's gonna go for it.
Gulp.
Fives and deuces no good. He needs a club or a 4 on the river.
So stupid I am.
Now he's been spending too much time with Yoda. Ivey does have 12 outs, which means he's going to hit a little more than 1 out of every 4 times.
It's a 6 on the river. We lose Phil Ivey.
Yeah, Phil. Thanks.
Phil Laak is looking down at pocket sevens.
I think he plays pretty well.
You really mean that? I almost want to bet you 10K you can't pass a lie detector test. Saying that you believe he plays really well.
Antonio's my PR guy for me getting paid off in these games and stuff, you know? I slip him a little.
I haven't had a 3 of a kind in 130 hands. You just come right in and...
Hockey sticks for Laak.
No problem.
Min raises.
I mean, that's your image. You don't even, like the guy crying calls with 3 kings, you know? Whee!
Cassavetes
Crying
calls.
call with 3 kings, yeah. There's no raise there, sir.
Yeah, just check, call.
Pre-flop begins with a fascinating mix of professional cunning and Hollywood ambition. Laak kicks things off from early position. His hand is squarely in the implied odds category and opens the pot to 800. Nick Cassavetes, the famous film director and a capable amateur, spots an opportunity to set mine with pocket 4s. He makes the disciplined flat call, hoping to flop a miracle. The action then moves to Barry Greenstein in the blinds. Barry has cultivated an image of a tight, solid player for decades. He decides to weaponize this reputation and decides to put in a squeeze play. He raises to 3,500, hoping to leverage his image to force folds from the medium pairs of Laak and Cassavetes. However, the price is too tempting and the stacks are too deep. Both Laak and Cassavetes make the call.
Barry, it looks like a phenomena. That's all you have?
Sorry.
Short stack Barry doing it to the people. You know, it's what, every time I see you on TV,
You're gonna let him call you short stack Barry?
he's got like 28,000. He's doing the short stack torture on everyone. And you have like a little fortune, 100, 200.
A little over 100.
The board is terrifying. The action checks to the pre-flop raiser. Greenstein, maintaining his aggression, bets 5,000. He is semi-bluffing, trying to represent an overpair like kings or aces. Laak check raises to 7,200. It is a massive power move that screams strength.
I full.
Barry convinces himself that Laak is making a move with a draw.
Moves all in for 34,000.
Come on, Barry, one time.
And Laak insta-calls.
Bad shape.
Well, I sure would have liked
Hey,
that.
how about this, Barry? We do it 3 times, but only the
One
first
time,
and last
Barry,
times
one
count.
time. Punish the Unabomber.
Okay, how about this, Barry? We run it 2 times, but only the second time counts. Because the first one I don't feel good about. Come on.
Oh, I
2
like
times.
that. The second
2
one
times,
counts.
the second one counts. Come on, you know as a math guy, it's the same thing. 1 time, just the first one, that's the one that has to
What'd you
count.
fold?
8 of hearts.
The first one's gonna be a loss. I can feel the
How do
second
you
one's
just
doing
come
it.
in and make hands like this? Is why he wins. I'm sitting here for 10 hours.
Yes,
this guy's
is
not
how-
good.
And then I get involved
3
with a guy
kings.
who
Top
won.
set. I mean, it's unreal. It's just
Yeah,
unreal.
except now I'm against an opponent who runs it once.
And then he raises 75,000. There you go.
Let's put an 8 of hearts out there.
8 of hearts.
4 of spades.
Oh, boy.
Cassavetes would have made a set.
Set over set. That's so
8 of
sick.
hearts.
To the river, 5 of spades, and Barry has gone broke.
Wow. Wow.
Now you and I would have had action with the 5
Oh,
on the river.
we would have gotten the
You would've got all of it.
Yeah, we would have the whole thing. All you have to do is not
No,
raise
you
like
bet
a
he
monkey.
calls. Bet call.
Well, I said,
It's the
what
luck.
am I supposed to do?
LOL Cashmans.
Lunkin is looking down on pocket 6s. Pre-flop, this is a classic slow-played trap setting itself up. Mike opens under the gun with king-queen offsuit, which is completely standard at these stack depths. It is a strong Broadway hand, dominates a lot of the calling range, and plays very cleanly post-flop. In the small blind, Lunkin just calls with pocket 6s. That flat looks harmless, but it is already dangerous for Mike, Small and medium pairs love to see flops, especially against an early position raiser whose range is heavy on big cards. O'Dwyer completes in the big blind with King-Jack, getting a great price in closing the action. The flop comes paired rainbow. It is one of those rare boards where everyone hits something but one player is hiding a huge hand. Mike absolutely smashes it with trip queens and top kicker. Against two blinds who defended and checked to him, his continuation bet for $250,000 is automatic. He gets value from worse queens, pocket pairs, and random floats, while also denying equity from overcards and backdoor draws. What he does not know is that Lunkin has flopped a full house. After checking, Lunkin now springs the first part of the trap and raises to $750,000. That raise is doing two jobs at once. It builds a pot with a monster, and it tells a story of a semi-bluff or a weaker queen, not the very top of range. O'Dwyer correctly gets out of the way with King-Jack, but Mike is in a very tough spot. Folding trip queens with top kicker to a single raise on this texture is almost impossible. The turn is the 8 of spades, a complete brick for the core battle between these two ranges. The paired queen and the 6 still matter most, and any aggressive action now is heavily weighted toward value. Lunkin leads for $1 million into a pot that is already swollen, and that sizing is perfect. It is big enough to put serious pressure on Mike's medium-strength hands.
He shoves.
I call. Close enough.
Mike McDonald drawing thin.
Did he say 6 or sucks?
He needs a king, queen, or 8. He's got 6 outs. The river card. It's the case 6.
He should have said queen.
$6,000 with ace-jack suited. From the small blind, players are often expected to 3-bet to protect their position. That dynamic makes Polk's aces even more dangerous because they don't look as strong as they are. That kind of 3-bet sizing almost looks like he's trying to scare Hank off the hand rather than invite action. But that's exactly the beauty of it. Polk wants to trick Hank into thinking it's just an attempt to steal the pot, when really Doug is just setting the trap. The suited ace and being in position here gives Hank just enough to justify seeing a flop. This is about as good a flop as Polk could hope for. In a 3-bet pot like this, Hank's range is weighted towards suited broadways and pocket pairs. That means the only real hand Polk has to worry about is pocket queens. Against everything else, his aces are still miles ahead. Polk makes a value bet of around 1/3 of the pot, just small enough to make sure Hank calls even with hands that completely miss the flop.
And he now has the nut flush draw. 111,000 in the middle. Guess how much Doug will bet. It's like a little poker test. See how close you are.
Doug Polk is feeling pretty comfortable with this card on the turn. With the way they played pre-flop, there's no way Hank has 2 pair or a set smaller than queens. I think Doug should bet small again.
81. All right.
I'm telling him he should be using big ante online.
Hank puts in the call. He needs a diamond. Instead, it's the 9 of hearts.
The river changes absolutely nothing here. Do you think Polk should check and just call if Hank bets, or should he bet here and risk getting raised? Let me know down in the comments.
200,000. Beautiful poker.
All in.
All in.
All in, says Hank.
Spade, I fold. Heart, we do it again.
This is amazing.
Fold.
Show him.
Aussie Ketola opens the button to $150K with King-Jack offsuit. That sizing keeps Foxen's range wide and gives Ketola position plus initiative with a hand that flops strong pairs and good 2-pair combos. Alex Foxen defends the big blind with 8-6 of diamonds. Suited connectors are bread and butter, defends heads up. They realize equity well, threaten powerful semi-bluffs on many turns, and can cooler 1-pair hands. On the flop, Foxen checks his second pair with backdoor flush possibilities and tons of turn cards to attack. Ketola checks back top 2. That's deliberate pot control and deception on a very dynamic texture. The front door diamonds arrive and the ace smashes ranges.
Foxen made the flush. And Ketola has completely under-repped his hand.
We saw this before, though, Randy. Aussie checked back Jack 10, allowed Foxen to improve to a backdoor flush, and was able to find a river fold.
Foxen turns a flush and leads 250K. From his seat, this is a must bet. He has a strong value hand. He denies equity to single diamond hands, and he targets exactly Ketola's checkbacks like King X and Jack X that hate this card but cannot fold. Ketola just calls with kings and jacks. Raising would polarize himself and fold out worse while isolating only stronger flushes. Calling keeps Foxen's bluffs alive, controls the pot on a scary card, and leverages his redraw to a full house on paired rivers. The board pairs and Ketola improves to a full house, kings full of jacks. Foxen sees a river that shouldn't change much against most of Ketola's perceived turn call range, and value bets 5,500K with his flush, targeting one pair hands and ace X with a diamond. Ketola now has the perfect shove. Jamming for roughly 6.1 million applies maximum pressure to every non-boat hand, credibly represents exactly what he has, and captures value from any flush that decides it is too high up to fold heads up.
If Foxen calls here, it's just over. He'll be down $6 million, and I don't see how he can fold.
If we can imagine for a second that playing in such stakes is possible for us mere mortals, what would you do in Foxen's position? Let me know in the comments.
Call.
He calls. The biggest pot, $11 million.
Vanessa is looking down on ace-jack offsuit. Pre-flop is a quiet trap that Vanessa sets on purpose. Antonio opens the button light, which Vanessa flat calls from the small blind and Shaq completes. By not 3-betting, Vanessa keeps both dominated aces and splashy suited connectors in. Multiway, in position on Antonio and with Shaq behind, ace-jack plays beautifully. She wants exactly this kind of pot. That's top pair, top kicker for Vanessa on a very wet texture. Instead of checking to the razor and risking a free card or a check-through three-way, she leads 165K. It's a protection lead that charges every draw and worse jack. Shaq's hand is the textbook, raise the donk, candidate, pair plus clubs plus straight equity. He bumps it to 400K, telling a story of strength while leaning on fold equity plus a ton of ways to improve. Vanessa just calls. No reason to blow up the pot against a range that includes bluffs and dominated value. And if she 3-bets, she mostly isolates the strongest stuff or gets shoved on by draws with tons of equity. Flat keeps the leash tight. Turn pairs the board. That card quietly helps Vanessa more than Shaq. Sets are less likely now. Her jack stays very live, and a bunch of Shaq's pair-based value gets neutered. He still has all the draws, though.
All in.
And Shaq shoves!
I call.
Vanessa calls! It's a 10!
That was not supposed to happen.